Y'all, this is a fantastic store. They are doing everything right, and they're still not making the money that they want to make. Today's video, I'm going to be reviewing their store, telling you the things that they're doing right so that you can learn from it, but then also making recommendations on how they can make the money that they want to make. This is from an eBay store review. About once a month, I do eBay store reviews. I didn't get a chance to do it live, but they did fill out the Google form. And so now I'm doing it here. So if I do an eBay store review and I don't have a chance, you can still fill it out, and I do it periodically. If you want an eBay store review, you can. I have it linked down below that I also do them on my website. Hey friends, if I am speaking too quickly for you, do feel free to slow me down. You can click up here on your YouTube screen, scroll all the way down to playback speed, and put me on the speed that is most comfortable for you. Now let's get back to it. So let's get into this store. The first thing that I want to look at, and I start all of my store reviews with looking at their numbers, because it starts with that, figuring out what you want, where you're at, and how to get to where you're gonna go. If you're new to the channel, don't let this freak you out. This is just a spreadsheet that breaks down all of your numbers and really gives you guidance into how to make the money that you want to make. For the purposes of this video, we're strictly looking at their golden formula because they don't know their cost of goods, their fees, and shipping. I will say I will highly recommend knowing those and figuring those out, because that's the money you're taking home. Your golden formula, if you're spending the same amount of money, if you buy something for $5 and you sell it for $5, you're not making any money. You know, at the end of the day, we want to know what our net's going to be. However, for the sake of this video, we're only looking at the golden formula. So up here, you have your gross revenue. This is how much money you make. When you put a formula to it, you can now manipulate the numbers to figure out and do what you need to do to make the money that you want to make. You don't have to do it. The spreadsheet does it for you. For those who don't like the math, I'm going to quickly go over the golden formula for resellers. I'm going to link a playlist up here that has lots more information on it. But the sell-through rate, this is how many items you're selling out of how many items that you have for sale. If you sell 10 items and you have 100 items for sale, you have a 10% sell-through rate. Active listings, this is how many listings are available for sale. If you sell on multiple platforms, it is all of the listings available, right? So if you have both listings on, every listing is on both platforms, it's that number. If you have 600 items on Poshmark and 500 on eBay, you go with this 600 because that's the most items that are available. If you have, you niche down and you're like, I only put these on Poshmark and I only put these on eBay, then you would add the two together. And then your ASP, which is your average sale price. All of your formulas and definitions are down here on the right. So they gave me their information for this beautiful store. Their sell-through rate is 6.26%. I'm going to say women's fashion on, which it looks like that's most of what they sell. Women's fashion on eBay's sell-through rate is about 5%. So they're on par, if not slightly better. So I don't think it's necessarily that. We'll get into it. Their active listings are 575. They have 575 items available, and their average sale price is $30. Their items are selling for average for $30. That means they're making $1,000. So if we scroll down here and we say, hey, they want to make $4,000, and we'll have 6 months to get there, it tells me I need 2,130 active listings. That's 10 listings a day. If we stop here, business as usual, they would just need to continue on with business as usual, get to 2,000 items in 6 months, listing 10 items a day. There's a weekly planner printout that updates your goal, and you can track and manage with your listings. And this is honestly what most recommendations are going to be: list more, list more, list more. I am going to show you how we can get this active listing number down, because listing more just means that we're selling or we're sourcing more, we're photographing more, we have to have more storage space. Going from 600 items to 2,100 items, this is a stay-at-home mom with her 3 children. I would venture to say that she works from-ish home or doesn't have a lot of time to go to a warehouse, similar to my situation. So getting the active listings down is going to be optimal for this store. It's optimal for anybody, honestly, if you can make all of your other numbers better and have less items. So we're going to look at the store and what she's doing great, because this 6% sell-through rate really is fantastic. But then I'm going to give a couple recommendations on how to increase the sell-through rate, because if you can just go in here and let's say we increase it not even 2%, but now we're only having to do 8 listings a day, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at the things that she's doing well in her store, and then I'm going to make some recommendations on things to improve to get to that sell-through rate to increase, and then from there it's just a numbers game and having more items available. This is their store. It is absolutely gorgeous. I would venture to say, and correct me if I'm wrong down below, I'd venture to say that maybe they started on Poshmark. It looks very like fashion-y, Poshmark-y. If not, it's a beautiful store. When I am a seller or a buyer and I go to this store, it makes me want to stay here. It really is truly beautiful. So kudos to that. They do have store features, which means that they have a store, which means that they have access to a lot of tools and analytics. I'm going to link a video up here about why you should have a store, and it's not just from a saving money standpoint. It's from all the tools and analytics that open up your business that are going to help you increase things. So they have a banner up here, and one of it is because it looks beautiful. It keeps people on your site. So they have banner up here, and then if we come down to about, they are saying I'm a single mom of 3 children, selling online allows me the flexibility. This is really a truly great story. A video here, especially a video like showing, I don't show my kids on social media, so I don't know if you do as well, or even just like the backs of them, but showing what it looks like in your business, what it looks like to be shipping your sales with your kids, helping anything that's going to draw customers to stay on your site and really connect with you as a seller. There's millions of clothing sellers on eBay, so anything that sets you apart, which this really does set you apart. They have 100% positive feedback. So this is obviously a great thing. You guys really want to aim for that as well. Featured categories. So this allows me, this is a good thing because if I am a buyer, the longer a buyer can stay on your store, the bigger chance they have of buying from your store, and if not buying multiples of your stores. So the better you can make it, the easier you can make it for a buyer to stay in your store, the better. And that's what these different categories are doing. If I am only coming here for kids, I don't want to search through 700 items to find what I want. I want to click on kids and look for what I want, right? And then they have newly listed, which is also another store feature, and then you scroll down to all of their items. Their photos are fantastic. They have a white background that is going to help with your Google and SEO search. Google and eBay both say that this is best practice. Now, do you have to do it? No. Is it going to optimize your listings? Absolutely. eBay and Google both say it's best practice. If you do not do it, you can go in Photo Room, you can download and it'll do it for all of them. You can go in on eBay and just do the first photo. The first photo is really what matters the most. However, you want all of your other photos to look great. They have a ton of photos, which is absolutely phenomenal. You want to take photos like you have no description, and you want to have a description like you have no photos. Keep in mind, friends, if people are purchasing from you online, they cannot see it. What would you touch, feel, look at, everything want to know as a buyer if you were in a store? Put those in the photos, put those in the description. Their SEO is fantastic. Women's high-rise mom jeans. If there is a brand, these may be not a brand. Let me scroll down here about this item. If they are a brand, yeah, I don't see what brand it is. You want to start with a brand. eBay has said this. You want to start with a brand, and your most important SEO items start because the SEO, the algorithm reads, left to right. Cottage Street, great SEOs. You come down here, excellent condition. They have the pre-owned. They have make an offer available. They have expedited shipping as well as just their regular 30 days free returns. So the free returns, and I'm going to show you here. We'll look at. Here we go. Why I'm mentioning these things, why I'm mentioning offers, why I'm mentioning free returns. Do you have to do them? No. Is it going to help you get more exposure? Absolutely. Any of these, someone's searching on eBay. This is a search. I'm searching for women's mom's jeans. I'm going to say real quick, I know that I talk fast. So if you're watching this and you're like, whoa, Sarah, slow down, you can slow me down on eBay and it makes me talk slower. This is just my rate, normally what I talk. So you can slow me down if it's too much for you. Accepts offers. So all of these clicks that people can click on when they are on eBay and they're searching for an item, the more of these that you have, the more exposure that your item's getting. It's not because eBay likes you better, it's because of buyer behavior. Buyers who want accepted offers, if you offer offers, someone clicks on this, your item's still showing. If you don't offer offers anymore, then your item, someone clicks on this, your item's going away. It's the same with item specifics, so make sure to do as many item specifics as relevant, right? And so I want to touch on their photos, because as you scroll down, the photo that pops to me is this one with a white background. The one that's on the carpet, yes, maybe it will sell, but this is the one that pops to me. And out of 72,000 women's moms jeans, I want the ones that's gonna pop. If you're the only item in this category, then it doesn't matter as much. But in women's fashion, you bet it's gonna matter, right, friends? So I have a question, actually, as you guys are watching this, because I sell women's jeans too. You see here, some people show it like this and some people fold it. Which one do you guys prefer? Let me know down below. I do the folded one, and then my second photo is like this. But I'm interested to know. I might do a video on that. I'm gonna say, so you scroll down here, as many of these as you can select, and that's why if I'm scrolling all the way down to the bottom, that's why free returns. Someone clicks on this and you don't offer free returns, your item is no longer in their search. They can no longer see it. They can no longer purchase it. So all of these different things are things that you don't have to do, but they're going to get you more exposure on eBay. Let's go ahead and look at their listing a little bit more. These are all the fantastic things, and then I'm going to get to a couple of things that I think that they can improve to work on that sell-through rate. You scroll down here, these are promoted listings. These are items that are very similar to their item, so make sure that your competition is very similar to what you're doing. Scrolling down. Their item specifics, without knowing the listing, it looks like they have a lot of item specifics. I would probably not do this emoji heart. I don't think in the description it makes a huge difference, but best practice Poshmark too, but on eBay and Google, best practice is emojicons. Do not do them. It does not help you at all. It can actually hurt you because the algorithm does not know how to read it, and it will stop. Once you're all the way down to the description, does it matter as much? No. Is it helpful? No. Does it take you more time? Yes. So just don't do it. So I don't know that I would go back and take them all out, but I would probably not put them in the future. And definitely make sure they're not in the title. If there is, Cottage Street is the brand. Okay. So I'm going to say, I would put Cottage Street as the first word. eBay has said time and time again. I know that we're not at recommendation part, but just a quick SEO thing. I would put Cottage Street, the brand. You should always start for the brand. What are people searching the most? And if you look at your item specifics, the recommended items, or the required item specifics are the ones that buyers are searching for. Those are the ones that you have to fill out, but those are the ones that you want in your title. Those are the ones that you want in start. So if it does have a brand, definitely put that as the first word. Okay, so we scroll down here, great seller feedback. You know, they have a fantastic store. Now, you have a fantastic store, but they're not making the money that they want to make. I'm going to talk about a couple of things that they can do to increase their sell-through rate, and then overall what they can do. They want to make $4,000. Excuse me, they're at $1,000 now. The first thing I'm going to say that they can do is increase based off of, like, it's something that's super easy and they don't have to spend a lot of time, buy more inventory, more listings, more whatever it is. Their followers are only 14. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter hugely, but it is one little easy way that you can increase your sales without spending a whole lot of extra time. If you can find ways to increase your followers, you can send newsletters out. Your followers are people that like your store. They like your inventory. They like your customer service. They want to buy from you. They have chosen to follow you and see what new inventory you have. You can use things, because she has a store, you can use things like newsletters and say, hey, here's all my new inventory. These are people that want communications from you. Work on ways to increase your followers. Repeat buyers will increase your sales, will increase your average sale price, because they are more willing to spend more money on someone that they believe in, on someone that they've bought with, that they have purchased with before. I talked about it in my eBay Open thing, eBay Open speech. I will link it up here about all of the statistics behind repeat buyers, but I would work on increasing your followers. Something that I do, let me know down below, friends. Oh, I was big and it was small. Sorry. So here's their followers, but it's still the same thing. So I was big, it was small. But one of the things that I do, let me know down below what you guys do, but one of the things that I do in increasing repeat buyers is I make a QR code. I will link the video to my Instagram on how I do it, but I make a QR code that links directly to my store with a coupon and says, hey, follow me, here's a coupon, thank you. I put this sticker on every single package that I send out. Now I know eBay also sends out emails. Raise your hand, leave a comment down below, give me a like if you also don't look at all of eBay emails. Oops, I'm a seller. I know I'm supposed to. I actually almost didn't speak at eBay Open because I thought it was a spam email because we get so many communications. So yes, some people are going to go directly from the eBay email, but the more points of contact that they have, the better. So that's going to increase your followers. And once you have more followers, you can send newsletters, you can do other things to get more sales without having to do anything and work on increasing your traffic. Now, the next thing I want to talk about, like I said, is increasing your traffic. Why does this matter? They have a great store. They have great inventory. They have a great sell-through. But if we look at this, not this one, if we look at this one, this is the eBay Metrics downloadable. If you are a YouTube member, you get this for free. If not, you can, purchase it down below. But this is the checklist. It starts with this funnel. Your traffic is at the top. Your impressions is at the top. For this store who's doing 90% of everything right, their inventory is great, their SEOs, their pictures, they're obviously a great seller. They've sold 1.4 thousand items with 100% positive feedback. They're doing all the things right. Work on increasing your impressions. Get more people to see your items. Here are some your impressions, how people see them. Here are some things you can work on to increase your impressions, your SEO. Like I said, I mentioned earlier, adding the brand to the very beginning. I would pull a listing quality report. Now, I would venture to say, based off of looking at their store, they probably don't have too many things to tweak in a listing quality report. I'm going to link the video up here on how to do it, but a listing quality report compares your listings to all the listings in your category and compares you to the top percent of sellers. What are the top 10% of sellers doing in your category? How many photos do they have? How many item specifics do they have? What is their promotions? What all of the different things, and it compares for your category. Work on improving those. This is organic traffic. This is organic impressions. You're not paying anything to increase your impressions by doing these things. Search filters, item specifics, work on making sure that all of your item specifics are there. You can look at doing some things like sales and other things that you don't have. I noticed on your closet, on your store, you don't have a sale running. Now, it's not from a price standpoint. Again, it's from if someone is searching for your item and they want a deal, they're clicking on deals and savings. And if you don't have a sale going, they're going to get rid of it. Now, doesn't mean that you have to heavily discount it. No, you can put a 2% sale on so that when someone clicks on it, your item is not going. Getting that traffic, friends, sorry, that's wrong. Getting that traffic. In demand inventory, I have a feeling their inventory is pretty in demand because they have a good a high sell-through rate. So those are a couple of things that they can do to increase their traffic based off of organic, right? Organic traffic means you're not paying for it. For them, I would pull a listing quality report to increase and work on my SEO and make sure that I am top notch on eBay for my category. And then I would also work on maybe looking at adding some sales. From here, you have promoted traffic, right? So you have two different kinds of traffic that is going to get more eyes on your item. Organic, SEO, running sales, item specifics, all of the organic ways that people find your items. Once that is top notch, you can pay for promotions. And so this is something that you might consider. I think you mentioned that you do it. I would recommend doing some A/B testing. I'll link a couple of videos, or I can only link one. I'll link one video up here of how to do A/B testing for promoted listings and figure out what rate is really right for you. It is going to come out of your bottom line. So make sure that you have your organic traffic listed first. One of the reasons you want to do promoted listings, yes, you're paying for it, but do you see here, if I was looking at this item, this is their item. I'm scrolling down to figure out, what their shipping policies are, what their whatever are all of these similar sponsored items. These are someone else's items that are showing up on eBay. If your item is showing up on someone else's item, you're getting more exposure. You have a great store. The more exposure, if your item shows up here, they may click on it and buy it instead of the item that they were looking at. Promoted listings puts your item in over 100 different places on eBay. Now, work on organic first, because you don't have to pay for that. You do have to pay for promoted, and then work on some promoted listing strategies to figure out what the best rate for you is. From there, I'm going to say, lastly, I think your store is absolutely fantastic. At the end of the day, I do really think that it is a numbers game for them. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. We're going to come back to the golden formula for resellers. So they were at 6.26%. I think increasing their traffic on eBay will really doing some of the strategies that I said will work on increasing their sell-through rate. So let's say they can get their sell-through rate to 8%. Now they're down to 8 listings a day. So now they have two options. They can work on their active listings, they can work on their average sale price. And this is really going to be up to them to decide, would they rather just continue business as usual? They have a good sourcing strategy in place. They have a way to find lots more items for $30 average sale price. If they do that and they increase to 1,667 items in 6 months, that's 8 listings a day, which I think for the time that they're spending is probably doable. 8 listings a day, they will hit their 4,000 goal. Now, if they're like, hey, I can't source that much, I can't list that much, I can't do it, they can work on increasing their active listings. Let's say they can work their average sale price. Let's say they can increase their average sale price by $5. When they are outsourcing, they can make sure that they're not buying anything that is not going to sell for $35. If that's the case, they now only need 1,400 items to hit their goal. If you guys like this, do make sure to save, share, like, comment. It's going to allow other people to see this as well and get the information that you enjoyed. You can also consider joining my memberships to help me make more content like this.